Hello and welcome. If you've ever felt like you're in a never-ending war with that black gunk in your shower, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're going to break down exactly why it happens and, more importantly, how you can solve this super frustrating problem for good. So let's just dive right in. So does this look a little too familiar? You spend your precious weekend scrubbing away, only to see those ugly black lines creep right back into your shower caulking just a few weeks later. It's such a common fight, but I promise it's a battle you can absolutely win. And this right here really just gets to the heart of the frustration, doesn't it? It feels like no matter what you throw at it, the mold just keeps on winning. But what if I told you the problem isn't actually your cleaning routine at all? And here it is. This is the core of it. We're not fighting some surface-level stain. We are dealing with a much deeper issue. The real enemy here is moisture, getting trapped behind failing caulking, which creates, the perfect little home for mold. So let's get into the why of it all. We're going to uncover the science of what's actually going on in the corners of your shower, because understanding the cause, well, that's the very first step to finding a permanent fix. It really boils down to these three main culprits. You've got moisture that gets trapped and just never has a chance to fully dry out. You've got cheap or just plain old silicone that's starting to fail. And ironically, some of our go-to cleaning methods can actually make the whole problem worse over time. The science behind it is pretty simple. Mold is not a picky guest. All it needs is a little bit of warmth from your hot showers, some moisture trapped in those seams, and some organic stuff to munch on, like soap scum or body oils. Your bathroom is basically its favorite all-you-can-eat buffet. And think about that for a second. In as little as 1 or 2 days, a whole new colony can set up shop behind that seal. This is exactly why it seems to appear out of thin air and comes back so aggressively. It's a really fast-moving problem that's hidden just out of sight. So, if the problem is that deep, it starts to make sense why our surface-level attacks just don't work, right? Now we're going to look at why your past efforts were probably doomed from the start, and I think this is going to be a real aha moment for a lot of you. Okay, this is so interesting. Let's break down our best intentions here. You grab the bleach, right? Seems logical. But it actually damages the silicone itself, making it more porous and even easier for mold to come back. And scrubbing really hard, you're just taking off the visible top layer, leaving the roots behind. But the biggest mistake? Caulking over the old stuff. You're basically just tucking the molds into a nice, safe bed and giving it everything it needs to thrive. And this, right here, is the key takeaway. When you see those black lines reappear, it is not a new invasion. Nope, it's just the original problem, which was hiding deep inside the silicone, finally making itself visible again. You were never actually getting rid of the root cause. All right, enough about the problem. Let's talk about the real fix. We're going to walk through the definitive, professional method that makes sure the mold doesn't just disappear for a week, it is gone, for good. So the real solution is this methodical 4-step process. It has to start with completely removing every single last bit of the old contaminated silicone. Then you disinfect the area to kill any spores left behind. Only then is new, high-grade anti-mold silicone applied, which is then allowed to properly cure. No shortcuts. Now listen up, because this is the most important part. Step 2, disinfection. This is the secret sauce. It's what separates a temporary fix from a long-term solution. By killing those invisible spores that are hiding in the grout, you are eliminating the seeds of the problem, making sure they can't just grow right back through your brand new caulking. And hey, if you're wondering if it's really worth it, this chart puts it all into perspective. A proper recaulking job, that's a small preventative cost. But letting a bad seal just continue to leak water behind your walls, that can lead to literally thousands of dollars in repairs for rotted wood and damaged drywall down the road. So let's be crystal clear. We're not just talking about making your shower look pretty again. This is about protecting the actual structure of your home. That little thin line of silicone is one of the most important waterproof barriers in your entire bathroom. All right, let's wrap this up by looking at a few super simple habits that will keep your freshly sealed shower looking brand new for years and years to come. And the great news is, maintaining it is actually pretty straightforward. The big ones are all about managing moisture, so, wipe down the corners and definitely run that exhaust fan. Use gentle cleaners that won't degrade the new silicone. And finally, just give it a quick look over once a year or so to catch any tiny issues before they become big ones. It's that simple. So that's the whole breakdown. Those black lines, they aren't the problem, they're just a symptom of a much deeper failure. The real question is, are you ready to stop battling the symptom and finally fix the cause for good? Thanks for tuning in.